What's happening,
What's up?
everybody? Welcome to the Ham Radio Clubhouse. I just woke up from a nap because I'm old.
I was watching N2MAK's video tonight.
I just swooped into the shack.
Did you have
Hold
to
the
clear
door
away,
open?
Did you have to clear away, Joe Brett? Spelunking to get in there?
Yeah. I've done some progress. I opened the door to the shack tonight, and I was like, dang, I did do some good this weekend. I can see my floor again.
I meant to hit you up earlier in the day. Can you get the picture and show everybody your AI picture of your shack?
Oh, Joe Brett's Dream Shack.
Yeah, per AI.
Kind of like Barbie's Dream House. Only this is
you all got to see. This is great because this is AI did a damn good job.
As it normally does.
All right, let's get the Discord open here.
While we're waiting for him, we want to say good evening to everybody. I got pouring rain here in Connecticut.
It's raining just north of me too.
I got the Mr. Buddy heater down here just to keep a little heat, take the moisture, and for me from breaking my ass on this garage floor. And got a good Jaime Garcia cigar running here, and I got another one ready. Great cigar from the AJ Fernandez group. So,
shout out to everybody in green, our channel members. Thank you guys for supporting the show. We appreciate you. Looks like Corey using his member shout out, member for 19 months. Thank you, Corey, for your support. We appreciate it.
Julie, thank you. Thank you, Julie. Miss Julie. Miss Julie has something coming my way, and I'm gonna do something nice for these people. I have a couple ideas, so we'll talk about it maybe next week or something.
I forgot I got a show and tell. So the gentleman that was on a few weeks ago that has the little shooty thingy that puts your antenna in it showed up.
Oh, were you playing with it?
Not yet, because I looked at it and I was like, I need some instructions because it didn't.
Don't be shooting marbles across the highway.
You definitely could.
Listen,
absolutely.
Don't bring it to the pool hall with you because you'll get into a fight. That right. some guy will tap you on the shoulder and say, "Hey, you owe me $50."
Thanks for 18 months. We appreciate it, Chris. Appreciate you for the 38 months.
38 months, Chris.
38 months. That's
every
like
Tuesday.
That's like a car loan.
Him and so many other people.
You all ready to jump back into this shack thing?
All right, y'all. Put on your seatbelt. I'm telling everybody right now, put on your seatbelts for what Joe Brett's going to show you. All right, so this is current.
I'm big in this.
Yeah, I'm big in this. So
this is current, right?
Sometimes in life, I need a little inspiration or direction, whatever you may refer to it as.
Help.
So I'm like, you know what? I'm just curious. What direction would AI take this shack? So I took this photo before I did any cleaning up or anything, and it is quite rambunctious.
Looks quite busy in there.
Quite busy. A lot of. Anybody need a set of Drakes? Come on, man.
Yeah, but you have to admit, just like my pockets in my house, I call them the pockets. Okay, you know where everything is. You may have a pile of stuff, but every pile of stuff has a category sometimes of stuff, so you know where your stuff is, right?
For the most part, yeah. The stuff that I use often.
Yes.
Everything else is like a scavenger hunt, so keeps it fun.
At least you can see the bow fangs.
Well, see that helps with dementia and other things. That keeps your mind sharp. Think of it like that.
Because you got to hunt for everything.
Yes, it keeps your mind sharp. You don't need none of that ginkgo blokikalo and the beats and all this. You keep your mind sharp in there.
Is that an astatic mic?
What, down here?
No, up at the top.
Oh, yeah, right there.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
Look at that.
And that's just decoration from Hobby Lobby.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that might have been one of your treasures. No, I thought that was one of your treasures.
That's that is a Shure microphone that goes with these Drakes. I got a whole Drake setup. I mean, the receiver and power supply works. The two transceivers needs a little TLC, but the cases and knobs are great. So,
I mean, if you can fix the AC, you can fix a Drake.
Yeah, that's a whole different set of tools, man.
Okay.
But yeah, I hadn't dove into it yet. Anyway, the subject of the matter was, what would AI do to make this.
Okay.
I asked,
Wait, I have to interrupt.
Jesus Christ.
I am sorry. I'm sorry. No, I'm not going to apologize. Wait. I like everything in your shack. Okay, I've done a whole I Spy. Okay, okay, and I'm sure everyone else has. But I don't know if this is OSHA, if this is my love towards my brother. That chair is a problem.
It is a problem.
Thank you. You're going to hurt yourself
already.
You're going to hurt yourself.
Yeah, it fell apart a couple weeks ago.
No, you're going to have to call 911, and they're going to have to figure out how to get you out of that thing.
They're going to have to cut a hole in the roof and lift you
They're
out.
going to have to cut the chair without cutting. Okay, go ahead then. I'll keep it.
Okay. So, AI, would you organize and clean this shack up, please? Was the gist of the prompt that I gave it. And that's what it thinks it should look like.
Oh,
Look at the chair. Look at the chair.
It even fixed my chair. Yeah.
You got a brand new chair is what you got.
Wow.
And I was like, daggum, dude, like, I really want it to look pretty much like that. That's going to take a lot of work.
But here's the problem AI did. Why did it give you our brother KB9VBR's call sign?
I noticed that. Like they
All right.
I noticed that.
And then the plaque above it.
N0PFJ.
You got to change.
I don't know what that contraption is. And that's a mixture between a computer and a backup battery supply.
Mm-hmm.
And look how cute it made my Motorola remote head there.
I know.
I see a webcam.
All kind of ARRL books. Yeah.
Everybody has a piece of MFJ, whether it's working or not, in their shack. We all do. We all do. You have to.
Joe, Randy says, I don't see the DTOS. I guess we need to get you a custom case with lights and a plaque.
It stays over here off the side, man. Just off camera.
You're supposed to show it proudly.
Look at the key. It just droops all the way down. Got a little hot. But anyway.
You got a lot of
you know.
But this is a lot of money invested in here. That's all I know.
Yeah, that was something else.
Are you going to take some inspiration from the AI and kind of build you some shelves? And that wouldn't be expensive. That'd be kind of cheap.
No,
not really. Oh, okay.
Like those shelves?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah, I've already built me a little roughed out shelves there. I'm thinking about I could put some warm LED lights right behind those lips there, maybe. I don't know.
Do you get interference when you run those LEDs?
Not the ones that I've got. The only one that I had one that did it, but I don't have any problems with LEDs because that's all I got in my shack is LED lighting, 12 volt and 120 volt. So, well, 5 volt up too, I guess, but.
Those are some nice radios you got there. ICOM on one side.
Look, yeah, the ICOMs are on the right side. And then those things are on the left side.
Those things.
When you posted these pictures, I spent, I don't know, 20, 30 minutes just like deep diving my eyes into. I'm like, this is incredibly awesome.
It was like a Where's Waldo. It's like what's in the picture.
Yeah.
So
I just made an order, like just this little part right here, connecting all these to connect these radios to my computer and to connect them to coax all at the same time. It's quite expensive, more expensive than I thought it was going to be. So I racked up like to do a. Let me point my eyes to connect the 991A and the 705 with a switch and coax jumpers, and then the same down here with the HF radios, and the meter with all that. Like I had like $160 shopping list with 5 or 6 things. I was like, my God, ham radio, man,
it's an expensive hobby.
Yeah.
Hey,
so
Joe,
it's almost like balloon.
I got a question for you.
I shaved a little bit off, so these two are gonna go on a switch, so they can share. Look, they even got their own keys, but they can share the same antenna setup with this box.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was gonna have a switcher on these for like 2 meters, but I said, you know what? I've got extra 2-meter antennas that ain't hooked up right now, so it'll get its own antenna, and that'll have its own antenna. Something like that. But
one of the things that I've always so when I set up my shack downstairs, you design it in your head. I went to paper, and then we did it, and then as we did it, you start improvising a little bit. The biggest thing I learned, I said, the next time I do this, I want to have a secret wall behind everything.
Yeah.
So I want to put it all up, but I want to be able to walk around, either open a door or maybe have a curtain at first, whatever, and be able, so I'm not pulling stuff out and pushing it like 2 to 3 and then have to push everything back. I want to place it, and then I want to walk around and then do the whole network.
One thing that I hate about being in this 8x12 shack is I'm against the wall. And that's just how it's going to be.
No, we all are.
What it is.
Yeah.
I've seen shacks like you're talking about where they build a wall, but they can walk behind it and service all their coax and power and everything still behind it without having to move stuff. And that was great, because this right here, it's a pain in the fudgy whale to
Fudgy. You leave Fudgy. You leave Fudgy the whale alone. That's a good ice cream.
Oh my God.
But we all are, Joe. We all are up. We're all up against a wall. Matter of fact, I was trying to eye up one of the kids' bedrooms. I said, if I had to take one of the kids' bedrooms, I'm going to put a no vacancy sign in this house and change the lock someday.
You say that now,
but you can't, because
they've only been. Aren't they home for summer?
Oh yes. Oh, this is full house, right? This is
and
we got all these crazy schedules, but we're making it work. And thank God for the whiteboard. We're old school is working good. We know where everybody is. Excuse me, between Google Calendar and the whiteboard and that refrigerator but if I go into a bedroom, I don't want to lose, because you're going to lose some space, right, Joe? If you create a special wall, you need to have about 3 feet, maybe 28 to 36 inches. Again, most bedrooms don't support that. So I said, I'll use a closet, but because I'm not going to use the closet for anything. But then I said, how am I going to get, then do I have to build a crawl space? And my fat ass ain't going through no crawl space for. That's why I said, is it better for me just to stay downstairs? I don't know. I haven't thought, because I don't.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Well, and guess what? Downstairs is perfect for me.
Yeah.
But I just don't go down there enough.
Well, now you have motive. So it's either you create something that you're not going to crawl under and use, or just start using what you got.
But I'm such a field operator. I'm more, I'm 75, 80% field operator guy. So I rather operate here in the garage. I'd rather go outside to the back deck, go in the bedroom, go out, play POTA, back deck, whatever. Very seldom do you guys see me in the shack. Very, very seldom. But I love that. I love the option of it. So we're just going to leave things as
the wintertime. We see you in the shack more often.
Yeah, you do, because it's just too darn cold.
Too darn cold.
Too darn cold.
All right, let's knock a couple of these out right quick. Blue Boy, thanks for the 16 months. My mind's on ice cream right now. Randy, thank you for the 18
cookie
months.
Puss.
And
you're
Chris,
thinking of Cookie Puss. Look at you.
Yeah. Chris, thanks for the 279 Canadian channel members are ruining ham radio. That's what I've heard. Well, did you guys have a great week after last week? I mean, I haven't heard from anybody, so anything fun and adventuresome?
I was chasing your brother. He was at where was he playing POTA? He was on 20 meters, and he was down in Texas. Was it Ray Roberts? I forgot where Randy was.
Probably. Or Spring Hill State Park.
The sunspots were just, when sunspots are in the 30s and 40s, it's rough. It was quiet. The bands were quiet.
Yeah.
I even went outside and moved my Reliance antenna just to see if I could hear him. But no. But it was fun chasing him. It was fun chasing him and a few other people. So.
But you didn't chase me. Jeez.
Didn't hear you. Never came, you never popped on the ham alert.
Here I was. I took all my gear 10 hours west just so that I could play POTA, and nobody showed up.
What gear did you bring with you? What'd you bring?
I had the 706 Mark II G, And I could bring up pictures, I guess.
Hell yeah.
Come on. There we go.
Let's see. Saturday was the 21st.
I think so.
20th. I want to see if they, the Discord bot even got him.
So it was a pretty drive.
It did. At 3:32 p.m.
Yep. I was in US 2691. 20 meters. That's the Buddy Stick Pro. And I don't think you can get any better than that.
Pretty good.
So it wasn't the antenna and it wasn't the radio. I think it was just all this granite that was around me.
That cannon around you. Look at that.
Granite.
But yeah, I was getting out, and what's funny is that is the directionality is either direction of the canyon. So I think that the signal was scattering everywhere but down the canyon. So Georgia, apparently they had a pipeline. I got David. I think he hit me up on a remote station. I'm not sure, but yeah,
Mississippi or Louisiana in there too.
Yeah. Got Louisiana.
Now, did you hunt them for the contact, or did you call?
I hunted for I got 2 or 3 hunting, and then I called CQ for like a half hour, and that's all I got. Right. It took me 47 minutes to get 6 QSOs. But it was fun. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, you showed up on the Discord spots at one time. That was it.
So somebody didn't turn on their ham alert. That's the reason why I didn't.
We all had our ham alerts on. It didn't hit.
Mine's always on.
Because I told y'all, turn it up.
What was the vegetation? Was the vegetation dry out there?
No. It had rained the night before.
And how about the temperature? Comfortable?
Yeah, it wasn't bad. I got a funky sunburn.
Yes, you did. That's a picture.
So,
some people find Jesus in a cup of coffee and a waffle or something. We found you crucified.
Other people get a sunburn that's an arrow pointing to their smart parts. But so I'll show this. I'll embarrass myself. So I was out there, and most of you know I was wearing this hat out there, and I didn't put sunscreen on the top of my head because I thought I'm wearing a hat that, surely that's not going to sunburn. Well, I was wrong. So I was sitting there getting ready to watch TV, and somebody said, you need to look at your head.
So, guys, you gotta have to wear a do-rag or something.
Or at least put some sunscreen on that thing.
Something. Was it itching like the day or two later?
No, it wasn't bad.
So you got it real mild. Yeah, good.
But yeah, I was just like, it's a little tender up there for some reason.
Like, man, did you do some engraving or something on your head?
But anyway, it's a lot of fun. But the reason I was in New Mexico, I went to the Balloons Over Angel Fire. Begin this. So it's another balloon event to kind of kick off. Stop sharing that. Start sharing this. We've been trying to get into this particular event for a couple of years now, and it's invitation only. They're kind of picky about who they invite, but come on, you can do it, computer. There we go. So we had 38 of us out there. Was out flying in this, and if I wasn't flying this day. I was supposed to fly Saturday and Sunday. Unfortunately, the weather didn't work out, so I didn't get to fly. But I got to do some static displays. But the weather out there was fantastic. The people we had a great crowd that showed up at like 7:00. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. So if you're out in that area, keep this on your calendar. They do this every year. It was a lot of fun. That's probably gonna be loud.
Won't hear nothing.
Okay. I tried to share. I think I shared it without any audio that way.
But I do know what the audio is. It's a bunch of propane hissing very loudly.
Pretty much. Pretty much.
So I'm noticing all of the trailers behind the pickups.
Yeah.
8x10 trailer. What you don't need anything big,
depends.
Right?
No, it just depends on the person and what kind of stuff my personal trailer is 8x10. There's no real reason to for me, there's no real reason to go.
You have graphics on the side of yours, or are you just like
No.
plain white or plain?
No, there's people that do that, and I just think that just draws too much unwanted attention.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
It has its pros and cons.
You put a picture of a balloon on the side of it, or the word balloon. Maybe they won't be looking for an iPad inside of it.
Well, I mean, but they might go, well, what else? What other kind of things do they have in there?
Yeah, is there a generator in there?
Yeah.
No copper. Move along.
Copper.
Yeah. no copper. But yeah, it was a good time. So looking forward to the next one. I have a bit of a break. The next one will be in Northwest Arkansas in about 8 weeks. So give me some time to recover, because that airport's at 8,800 feet. So I was huffing and puffing. So good scenery too. And we only had to do like a morning flight. So after the flight was done, we went and packed everything up, went and had breakfast. Then we went trout fishing, and we caught 9 rainbow trout. So we had trout for dinner that same evening. So
I never had trout. What do you
living the fancy life?
No,
I don't know if that's fancy or not.
Mark and get some white cod or halibut, tilapia, whatever.
But they were. Good.
What do you do? How do you
cut the heads off, split them down the middle, stuff the cavity with lemon, some rosemary, stuff like that. Put them in a bake them with it's butter, rosemary, and lemon inside the cavity.
Is it a bony fish?
Yeah. I think it got bones on them.
So you gotta be careful.
You gotta be careful. But if you cook them right, you just take your fork and drag it, and it just slides off the bone.
Carlos, I saw that comment. Carlos. I know what you meant.
Yep. The density altitude the day we flew was 9,000 feet. So balloons don't quite. There's a little. You have to take that into consideration when you fly, because it's not like you're taking off at sea level. So,
is the air in New Mexico different?
Well, the altitude's different. So the balloon thinks it's at 9,000 feet, even though it's just on the surface. So it's going to perform as if it was 10,000 feet in the air, 9,000 feet in the air. So you lose a little performance out of it. Not bad.
Yeah, I seen something the other day with it had a hot air balloon with a propeller on it.
Mm-hmm. There's a company in Europe that has an electric motor on the back where they can kind of maneuver it if they don't have any wind.
Pulling
a mini Zeppelin
motor on your kayak.
Yeah, why don't you throw like a trolling motor on your basket?
I don't want a propeller back there. I want to ride the wind.
A mini Zeppelin. You could be a mini Zeppelin.
That's why we got wind. We ride the wind.
You ride the wind. You ride the wind.
Yeah.
There's a song about that.
Excuse me.
You got anything to share, Izzo?
There's a beautiful rainbow that just popped.
All right, sounds good.
All right, on to the guest.
But you can't. No, you can't see because I was going to flip the laptop. But
that's okay.
I'm being blessed right now. There's a beautiful sunset. There's some. I guess the rain's going to the east. Sunset's coming in from the west. So a rainbow popped. Pretty nice.
Cool.
Oh.
All right, we've got a guest tonight.
We got
Izzo, you want to give our guest an intro?
Let's see.
You need to go to his Wikipedia page.
His name is Mark. He's on the board with POTA, Parks on the Air. Mm-hmm. He's a lawyer, guys. I don't think we've ever had a lawyer on this show.
At least one that would admit to being a lawyer.
Correct. So we don't know if we're going to, at the end of this show, if he is going to defend us or if he's going to prosecute us.
Well, he's mainly here because of Carlos's past appearances.
That too, right? Right. We may have to figure out some type of defense for Carl, and probably a few others too. Probably, and Joe, keep that DTOS under the desk, okay?
Okay, yeah. Not this episode.
So let's bring on Mark, and we're going to learn what's more going on with the program, more about this guy personally, and then we'll get into some cool questions with him. So
thanks. I love the intro.
I mean, some people think we're phoning to get in, but Izzo went the extra mile.
I have to ask a question. I couldn't put it in the chat to Shane. Have you ever done a POTA from the balloon?
I have
And
not.
do that. Try that.
It's on the books. I've done radio from a balloon, but I haven't done it in a POTA park because I've yet to find one here in Texas that would say yes, it's okay for me to set the balloon up. So we're working on that. I think up near Decatur, the National Grasslands would be okay with it. So, but it's in the talks.
Mark, has anyone done, to your knowledge, has anyone uploaded a log saying I did this, or have you heard anything in your?
I know that there was a discussion the other day about aeronautical mobile, and as long as you're over the park, you can do it. The rules provided, but I don't know about the balloon.
There's a group that did it. They tethered. They set the balloon up on the ground, attached 4 ropes to it.
Okay.
And then lifted the balloon up off the ground to about 50 feet, 100 feet, and then they did radio from there, so the balloon wouldn't fly away.
Yeah, and it's static. So
just hovered over the park.
That's kind of a cool thing, but I don't know how fast you move. That would have been a good try in that Cimarron Canyon for sure, but you get up there and lower your antennas.
I needed a heater, or I needed an amplifier to help get through those rocks.
Exactly. Well, thanks for
it was fun though.
Thanks for having me on the I will say the playhouse. I was going to say the playhouse, the clubhouse.
It's playhouse. It could be
it's the playhouse.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of fun.
We'll take that.
No.
Hey, Mark. So let's talk about you. When did you get licensed? When did you start playing radio? All that stuff.
I have been licensed for 5 years. I was new. I'm a late add to the hobby. I always wanted to, and I had an uncle that was a ham, but I never could pass the Morse code. I didn't really try and do the Morse code, so I got out of it. And then a brother-in-law of mine who lives in Georgia said, "Hey, I'm taking this ham radio." I said, let's do it. So we actually conveniently did it on the same day. He did it from Tennessee. I did it from Michigan. And unfortunately, he hasn't even got it on the air yet. And now I'm out of control with this thing. But no, I love the hobby. I've really embraced it. I retired 2 years ago. So I figured when I retire, I have all this time to drive around and do park activations. And then I got on this board. And now it's like, I don't know if it's a curse or a blessing. But I've been a ham. I'm a general. I'm going to test this weekend at the field day. We're having some testing in Michigan. So I'm going to try to get the extra, but we'll see. And I'm working on Morse code. I'm in the Long Island CW club, and I've hunted a bunch of parks. I haven't activated one in CW, but I've done some. I did a petroglyph out near
cool.
New Mexico. I couldn't make a contact like Shane was talking about. Nothing from the bottom. I had 100 watts using a Yaesu 710. Couldn't make a contact. I don't know what it was. I said, this is crazy. So I walked up in petroglyphs. It's about 700 elevation, took a KX2, put an antenna, just a 29-foot antenna, did 10 in CW, just hunting, did the activation and said, hey, that was it on 10.
Nice.
So, right? It's a strange place. I go to Arizona. I keep saying Arizona. I go to New Mexico because my boy lives in Albuquerque. So I've been there. I activated 19 parks there. So it's fun. Every time I go, I bring a radio and get out there and do the POTA.
What's your choice radio for a field operations?
Typically, I use a Yaesu 710 for the POTA. I have a 891 in my truck as we're in Michigan. It's freezing in the winter. Right. And I use X2. And those, I like doing QRP, and I've done a bunch of activations in QRP. It's a little bit more challenging and it takes longer, but
patience.
Yeah, exactly. Camping, I can sit out there and have a few cocktails and just play radio.
Favorite antennas while you're doing POTA?
Well, I like the Chameleon products, and so I use their Delta loop, and I use their 17-foot whip with a 60. I use 66 feet of counterpoise, and so those are the two antennas I use the most. Then when I take the camper, I use an Aerial 51. It's a dipole, off-center dipole, and it's a real nice antenna. So I use that dipole too. But end fed, vertical, and dipole for POTA, or a Yaesu, the ATOS. The ATOS is a great antenna with the 891. And as Don said, Michigan, we could get 10 degrees below zero. I'm not going to go in the ice fishing shanty and POTA. I sit in the ATOS, and I've done a bunch of activations.
ATOS is a plug and play. I have one, and you're absolutely right. It is a plug and play. It really is. So
it really works. But again, I got to say, my main thing is, you guys, this is all about what we talked about briefly before. If you're not having fun doing POTA, you're not doing it right. You got to have fun.
And don't raise the bar. Am I right, Mark? Don't raise the bar. Just, don't, like, I learned, including myself, for a while there, I was making some big numbers, 75, 100, 130, this and that, whatever. Yeah. And other times I may struggle to get 12 to 15. And I said, that's it. 10. If I make 10, anything after that, I call it gravy. I don't care. Anything after that is gravy, and who cares? Whether it's 11 or if it goes up to 81, who cares after that, right?
But I always try to get like 12 or 13, just because you never know, some weird thing, or make a transpose something that doesn't count, and then it's like
13 is a bad luck number. It's got to be 14 then.
Yeah, 14. Right? No, but it is fun. You got to have fun.
So when you go out to the parks, are you using like a go box, or are you just pulling? Are you bringing stuff in a box, setting it up? How do you set up how do you travel and set up your stuff?
I have been I've done 23 states. Not everyone, but I've done 23 states, and I've traveled with the radios all over. I've traveled to Korea with the radio. I have a Harbor Freight box, the computer box. Everything fits inside, including the battery. I have a Pac 10, a 9-to-1 antenna, which is a great little antenna, and I have a little pole that's what they're called, Tanaka rods or something. The airlines won't let you fly with the spider beams and all, so I might put it in the suitcase, but they'll let you bring a fishing pole. So a lot of times I use that Pac 10 if I travel, but I've never had only time I had one time a problem in Detroit leaving. They made me take everything out of the box, look at it all, look at the coax, but most of the time, all other states I've been in, never a problem. So I shove it all in, I carry it, and off I go.
One airline, is there one airline more, I don't want to say easier, but is it easier to go? I'm sorry, Delta?
I'm exclusively Delta flyer. And not, like I say, they don't have a problem. They let your battery, you can go 160 amp hour. So I could take a 15 amp, but you can't take a 20 amp hour battery. I use a Bioenno battery. So, but I shipped it, and so I have a couple of batteries at my boy's house in Albuquerque, and so I'll go there. Or, you can ship the battery there, and they're cheap on Amazon. I bought a few of them and just
keep them there. Actually, keep them there with a charger, and absolutely, there you go.
Exactly,
so
smart.
I go to Albuquerque every year for Fiesta, for the balloon Fiesta, and I'm taking my radio this year. So, what is a good park there around Albuquerque that's to go and activate? Because I know the petroglyphs are out there.
The petroglyph is my favorite. They live right behind it, so I can get right there. I like petroglyph, and then there's it's basically a wetland. It's called Valle d'Orio. I don't know the number right now. It's south of Albuquerque, a 15-minute drive.
12804.
Yeah, and then actually they have the trail, Santa Fe Trail runs through there also. So you can get
it's a twofer.
We'll talk about that later. But yeah, I like that park. But actually, a funny thing happened when I was there January. I had set everything up, and I had, it's like a pencil. I had a tent stake about this large stuck in the parking lot on the side in the dirt. And they sent the manager, and the manager talking. Well, it turned a bad situation into good. She stayed there for 45 minutes, and I actually got her on the air. doing the activity.
Oh, that's cool.
Nice. That's how you turn it around.
But at the end, she says, "Okay, that was fun," but she just take that tent stake out of the ground. I'm like, okay. So I had a vertical and I put it on a pole off the back of the truck, and she let me keep going. But they're just stubborn. And at first she said, "You got to shut it down. You can't do it." We started talking, and as I told you guys, and your great intro, I'm a lawyer. Our legal department, I go, "Listen, I don't want you let's just it's legal."
Let's stop right there.
There's two ways of looking at it, Judge, right? There's two ways of looking at it.
Exactly.
And we can come to a compromise. This is what we call that, litigation.
Yeah, exactly.
So if I go to that park, I can't put anything in the ground.
You got to be careful there, but I think I paved the way, because she says, "Have you been here before?" I go, "Yes. In fact, this is my 7th activation." And I get the phone, showed her, and she goes, "Oh, well, okay, go on," But I tried to be funny because her name was Ariel, and I used this Ariel 51. I said, "Well, you know what? You're good luck, because my antenna is called Ariel." And
you broke the ice. You broke the ice with her, see?
Then she wouldn't talk. Then I started doing the POTA, and she wouldn't talk. And then somebody got on, I don't know who it was, somebody. And I said, "Well, I have a fish and wildlife game aid here, man at the facility." He said, "Oh, well, put her on." And then she's wagging her, "No, But then she took the mic and she talked. So, But again, you got to have fun. And I think my attitude is, a lot of times people say, fly under the radar or don't tell people. I just embrace it. If they come out and say, "Hey, look, if you want me to move, I'll move. If you don't like it, tell me what you want. Here's my license. Here's this, here's that. Explain it." Then they come around.
Right.
So yeah,
I didn't know if like one of those parks that's in the city, if there's like lots of RFI noise there, or if it's better to go out kind of outside the city to a quieter
you can
park.
go. There's only 3 parks actually right in the city, but Petroglyph is very close to the balloon place where you go, because they live away. And Petroglyph is your best park. And then one down in the city, the nature center, that's a tough one. And then there is the mountain in the I forgot the name. It's in the Cibola.
Cibola, yeah.
That one's great. I've done a bunch of activations there, and I got out real good because you can go up on the mountain. There's a tram there, but I think your best is Petroglyph.
Okay.
And it's
Good
a nice walk up to the top of the mountain there, because it's a little volcano. It's, I think, 600 feet elevation from the base. There's an airport right there, but good park.
Mark, are you carrying stuff in? Are you carrying stuff in, or are you pretty much off the back of a truck or a car, SUV?
Well, a lot of the time I rent cars where I go, and so I bring it and I operate out of the back of the truck. Right. Or we went to I was in Utah. We went to the Bonneville Salt Flat, and we opened the back of the truck and just put an antenna right out there, and we just adapt. Where a lot of times I might take some straps and I'll strap it around the tire and put one of those soda bean poles up, or, you just have to improvise. But mostly I carry the stuff in. If I use the KX2, I'll pack it in. I'm not a hiker anymore. I'm a lazy ham. So I walk too far. I'll just go in and, like I say, set up. The KX2 is really easy radio. And they have a short little antenna that you can use. It works, but just fit the mood.
I'm going to give you a hint. I'm going to give you a hint for you and for anybody else out there, because I was in a park one day, and I used these fence sticks to mount my NFET out or my inverted V out. Ranger comes up to me and says, "I really can't let you do that because you're piercing the ground." I said,
right.
Tell you what, and just like you start talking, and I do emergency work too, and I don't like to name drop, but he started name dropping first, and I thought that was going to be the ticket. After 10 minutes or so, I thought you were gonna say, go ahead, don't worry about it. Just when you're done, just push the grass and make it look like you were never there.
Yeah.
I went into the back of my truck and I got some Rubbermaid totes of equipment. I got some other things, and I was able to still get it weighed down. So if you can't put a tent stake or a fence stake, I'm sure you got something in your vehicle just enough to weigh it down. It could be a jug of water. It could be heck, maybe whatever you got to do is improvise, or just if you can tie it to a tree if you can. They're pretty. Again, I have learned all the parks are different. From my here in Connecticut versus the 50 states plus abroad, everything is always a little bit different. So we have to be adaptable, for it. And I think with some ingenuity,
I've done that a couple times. Tie a little string around the end of the end fed or whatever to a water bottle.
Yeah, it's
Fill
fine.
A little bit of water. I've used sticks that I've seen laying around. Just whatever.
Michigan is getting really funny about trees, and we use those guns, those air guns, and did all kind. They're not liking it. So I personally, every activation I go on, I have a tripod, whether it's in the truck, a small one in my backpack. I take a tripod all the time. So in case, hey, a 17-foot whoop is resonant on 20, and the Wolf River Coil, it's a decent product. It's not real robust, but you can stick that on there and go 40, but it's easy. And even if you don't have a counterpoise, you don't need it. But if you have a tripod and a whip, that 17-foot whip is going to be good. And I always go everywhere with that. Or I take that fishing pole, like Amazon sells them for $30 or $40, and I just will put the end of the wire up there and just kind of prop it up. And no rangers have seen me doing it, but you can just, hey, it's not on anything. It's not on the tree. It's just
our buddy Mike, K8MRD showed that. Just lay that pole into the tree, and a lot. You just find a little opening there, and that's all you got to do. Plus, it makes your takedown a heck of a lot easier too.
Yeah,
so
and
kudos to Mike and others who do that. Absolutely.
All right, let's knock a couple of these out right quick. We want to say thanks to Taurus Overland for gifting the 10 Ham Radio Clubhouse memberships.
Thank you, bro. The other TO. He transplanted over to Arizona or New Mexico. I forgot where he is.
And Rick's Ham Shack, thanks for the $5 super chat. I'm
Thank you,
trying to look at the chat to see who got those. We're down a person tonight, so Steve's taking care of some family business, but let's see.
You got Douglas KY4TRK, Interstellar, Steve, Fox Hotel Charlie, Night Monkey, Will W7WRP, Dusty, another Dusty, Harriet, Psycham, and that looks like it.
Speaking of Interstellar Starman, would you please log into your Discord so that you can respond to the message that I sent you?
That means you got something.
We still TikToking on this situation? I thought that was settled.
I got I don't know for sure. I was gone for a while, so if it's been settled, then that's fine. I just wanted to make sure.
Hey Corey, with Field Day, I'm sorry, what Corey mentioned in the chat about Field Day, and we're going to be talking about Field Day. But Mark, has the POTA board and the POTA people seen? Do you see more activity coming around that I'm going to do my Field Day from a POTA spot? And not only am I going to do a Field Day, but now I can also do an uplog. And now a lot of the softwares will do both. Just send one to the ARL, send one over to the POTA. Are you guys seeing an uptick on that?
Yes, a lot of people are doing Field Day, Winter Field Day from a POTA. And it's a great opportunity. It's totally within the rules of either group, and just go. I mean, our club, we were doing it at a private park, but if the guys aren't really that interested this year, I said, hey, I'm going to just go to do a POTA and I'll do a 1A myself. But more people are doing POTA and incorporating like Field Day. Special events are really picking up now, where people are doing special events, call signs. They're doing them from POTA. Now in a few weeks, we have the 13 colonies. Most of them are having a POTA element. So POTA is really, it's great to see it's hard for me to say it's revitalizing because I've been a ham for 5 years, but in the 5 years I've been a ham, all I've seen is POTA. It's grown tremendously, but the old timers are saying, "Oh man, this POTA is great." They'll either complain about it or they'll say it was great.
Yeah.
But they complain about it, saying, "Oh, the bands are dead," but now you darn POTA people, all you are is on every dead bands. You want people on there? Come on, live with it. So
there's plenty of spectrum for everybody. I understand a lot of guys want what I call, they all want to be on Main Street, which is 20 meters. I get it. I get it for various reasons, but there's just so much spectrum. And if you start to play around, if I see 20 meters being so wonky and crazy and busy, there's 17, there's 50, or go to 40 for your regional stuff. You're still going to make contacts within 300 to 800 miles, whatever. You want something a little broader. Again, you can do it on 17 meters. You could do it on 15. I've had fun working 12-meter POTA. I love working DX POTA now. I don't care what band. It's fun. It's so exciting for me to work a DX POTA station. You know, because the first thing I do, because like I'll see them on the spotting page, I'll tap where they are, and I go to the map. I'm like, oh my god, I have an opportunity to work in somebody 1,500 to maybe 2,500 miles away from me. You know, or if it's one of like the Canary Islands or something really crazy, or down in the Caribbean, it's great for us, for the excitement of it.
You brought up an interesting point. Here's statistics. So there's 330, I think it's 330 DX units, right? Right now we have 236 of them have POTA parks. So more and more that number is going up each time too. So these guys are operating in Poland and Spain and Europe, all over. There are POTA parks everywhere. Korea, I work for a Korean company. When I first started going to Korea, they didn't have any POTA parks. Now there's like 300 of them in Seoul, and they're all over the place. So these guys love POTA. And so, like you say, DX POTA it's happening all the time.
It's exciting for me. It's very, very exciting to work somebody, especially if they're running 50 watts or something, really very basic, right?
And for that, they're excited about work, because a lot of times, for some reason, Michigan, we have a nice pipeline to Italy and Spain, but I get, every time I do an activation, it seems like I got some Italian or a Spaniard coming in, making contact. Oh yeah, they got through. So yeah, they like to do it. The DX.
The Spaniards are very interesting, because when I remember the first time hearing Echo Alpha 3 or Echo Alpha something, I'm like, what? You're like, what? Wait a minute. Is this? And then sure enough, there they are. Because my Ham 2K Pola is tied into the QRZ, so obviously you see who. And it's very nice. It's sweet. Keep them coming, guys. Keep them coming. That's what I say. Keep it coming.
So you said I want to throw a stat. I know we didn't want to talk.
No. Stats are fun.
We're pushing 89,000 users right now. At Hamvention a month ago, it was 85. So in less than a month, 5,000 people have signed up. 5,000. Wow. And now we have almost 88,000 parks. So a lot of times people are saying there's no parks, there's nothing. And there are places, like Shane said, Albuquerque. In Albuquerque, there's not really a lot. New Mexico only has, I think, 140 parks or something. Not a lot. Michigan's got like close to 400. But that park number is going up too. So, we're really seeing a good surge of activity and more people, more clubs. That number maybe a little deceiving. It's not totally 89,000 people. But, like, for example, Black Swamp. The Black Swamp Club, I don't know how many.
Crazy fun group, aren't they? I love them.
That club.
We've had them on the show many times. We've had that group. They are fun and crazy. I love them.
But these clubs are starting to come in now and say, "Oh, I want to do it now." So our radio club or this radio club. So, but still, 89,000 users. It's a lot of people.
Yeah.
100%. Do you think? I think a couple of years ago, when I saw the POTA tent go up for Dayton, I think that was a huge, huge. Hey, we're here. We're here. You got
Yeah.
questions, and now look at it now. You got John and Carrie and that whole gang now, and they have dedicated themselves to being being there. And I think that I commend
Right.
them and all the hard work that they do
That
behind the scenes to put it in our faces in person now. Put a
Oh, Michael Turner's the vendor, that vendor, he's been with us, I think, the most of any vendor.
oh,
And
excellent.
he's a great guy. He's the two Carries and
And
Curtis.
Curtis, yes, exactly. Yep.
So they're doing it and they're running it now. Michael's not even at that. He's doing his other group now, and those run that tent. But this year, again, it's the whole weekend. Everybody wants to know, hey, what's happening in that POTA tent? And we actually invested in getting a better tent, so we got a much larger tent. The year before they had four, I think, of those 10x10s. So we paid for a big one, and there were people in that tent the whole weekend. And it's
That's
just
awesome.
a fantastic place to meet people, and it's working out really well. You make friendships with everybody.
I
It's
like the
not
fact that
well,
the icon POTA shirts seem to get the most attention that I've seen. I mean, I have one Yezu and I have a whole bunch of icon stuff, but something to do with icon apparel that has POTA on it, or everyone salivates because they want it. And it's a
well,
cool looking shirt to wear, and
it
supporting
is
both the manufacturer and of course
DX Engineering wants a piece of the action. Everybody wants something. Hey, let
talk
them
about that. Is there like commercial entities that are starting to or wanting to join in, like the whole POTA thing? You kind of want to touch on that a little bit.
So me being one of the board, there's 7 board members, but we really don't want to commercialize the activity. So our attitude, yeah, it would be wonderful to get DX involved, ICOM, all these companies could give money and do stuff, but we really don't want to. Not because the reason is we just want to keep it pristine and make it about fun and the activity, not, oh, well, I have to bid out this vendor, bid out that vendor. We have vendors and commissions to us to sell their goods, but we're even regulating who's the vendor. Now that we're going to look at that again and look at our vendor contracts, and also the quality. Each vendor, we want to have the right quality, make it look good. So we want to have just not just schlocky stuff to sell. Oh, POTA, with the logo, we're really going to protect our logo because it's a big asset to all of us. It's a 501c corporation. So it's like,
well, I'll tell you, like for me, for the people down in Texas, the ABR people, I am exclusive now to all of their feed line, but I applaud them for their R&D of what they've done to say, hey, what are you guys using? Because you're using your feed line different at different frequencies, band segments, different lengths. From BNC now, again, more rigs are coming out. So guys don't want to use the adapter; they want a direct, to BNC. And so I applaud these manufacturers who said, "Hey, let's modify our stuff to help these guys."
What we want. Yeah,
Right. So to the ABR people, I love them. I love the ABR people.
Who would have thought you make a product that people actually want and they buy
it? Right. And ABR will tell you what color and what color do you want what color do you want? You know what I mean? And I love that. To me, that's awesome.
Well, again, I want to only say about DX, but they're big. DX is big, but they have approached us and asked us, hey, what we have an R&D group. What do you want? Tell us what you guys want. How do you want to activate this park? How do you want to do that? And they want to make products that we want to buy. Obviously, they want to sell, right? So they want to sell things people want to buy, that's what Don said. Give the people what they want, not hey, take this or nothing.
Right.
Yeah, take this and modify it once you get it to fit your needs. rather than listening to what people want to say. All right, look, got a couple more of these I need to knock out right quick. Tortoise Overland, thanks for 23 months. Just 23 feels like forever. Yes, it has been forever. Trust me. Misha, thank you for 29 months. Appreciate that. And brand new member, Kelly, thanks for becoming a YouTube member, and thanks for supporting the group. We appreciate it.
Thank you. Welcome, brother. Welcome aboard.
Hillbilly Ham, thank you for the 3 months.
There he is.
And Ed, thanks for the 17 months. Love ABR.
Ed knows.
Yeah.
So we have a couple of questions, or one comment and a question. For the comment that I pulled out of the chat just a minute ago was POTA is one reason that I originally researched ham radio and got my tech license. For me personally, I had my tech license, and during COVID, that's when I found POTA. And that was the reason why I upgraded to general, was to go out and play in the parks. So that was kind of, I call POTA as your gateway, the gateway
drug.
And whoever jammed is, you can take the general and then get out and activate or get out and hunt.
It opens up a whole new world for you, even though you could do stuff on sticks and other tech portions, but it does.
Right. So Steve has a question. He says, "What is the process to get a new park added to POTA?"
So
very quick, familiar with that?
I can answer the question. POTA, I'm assuming that he's talking the United States, but it has to be a federal park or it has to be a state. Those two levels of government. If that is the condition and it's not in there, send to the help desk what park it is and ask, and then we can research. We have a team that will investigate, does it meet the criteria? We're not going to put county parks or city parks, trails, if it's a federally owned property. But if it's, let's say, for example, Tennessee TVA owns certain property, then we're not going to do it, even if it falls in the middle of the federal. So that's the basic criteria. Send it to the help desk, or you could look up Tom Martin, who's one of the other board members. He's really responsible. His wife, Julie, has been working on the park designations.
Big POTA people, yeah.
State has a mapping rep. Contact them and ask them, and they'll look and see if it meets the criteria. We can add it.
There you go. I was just looking on the website to see if there was a link that we could share for people that had questions about the maps and stuff like that.
Yeah, and every state has a representative. You'll see that on their website. Every state has a volunteer. So this program, guys, if again we said this 1,000 times, we're going to say it some more, is being run by volunteers for the love, so we can enjoy this.
So let me tell you a stat. How many volunteers? Could you want to guess? What do you guys think in the number of volunteers that we have?
Go ahead, Shane. What do you think?
I was going to say 25.
Joe Brett, what do you think? What do you think?
Good guess.
Way off.
25 plus 1,000.
Okay, ready for me? I'm gonna say between 90 and 100.
Okay, so the answer is right now we have 230 volunteers running all the activity of POTA, and
just United States. Just the United States.
That's everywhere. That's
worldwide.
That's worldwide.
Yeah. And so when you look at the numbers of contacts and every activity, that's a lot of work for those 200 people.
Yeah, no kidding. Especially when you have somebody like Izzo who wants to go out and make 200 contacts every time he does POTA.
Hey,
that's why they got that automated login submission.
Oh well, my gosh, that was the greatest thing.
Tired of Izzo's logs.
1,000 thank yous. 1,000 thank yous, because we were talking about this before we went online, guys. For those who have been doing this for a while, if you remember, you used to have to send it to your representative, to your call region. You could have one guy. You could have, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 guys, depending on the size, the ratio. And those guys busted their asses. Usually, probably between Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, from especially all the activity. I remember Tuesdays and Wednesdays were kind of light POTA days. Even sometimes Mondays. Then Wednesday, Thursday would gear up. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, there will be that huge influx. Now I am seeing, thanks to the hunters, because again, this is not only about going park to park. This is the hunters who are chasing us.
Yes.
The hunters are just absolutely incredible. They're experimenting with various antennas from either their house, their car, a park, whatever. And now it is really how I promote it locally. This is really a 7-day event. This is a 7-day event every day of the year. It really is. So,
it's interesting if you do POTA enough, you will recognize the hunters, and the hunters will recognize you. And then they start calling you by name. It's like, oh, like Neil in Arizona. Almost every time I go out and play POTA, I get a call from Neil. But it's like, it's interesting, just the ones that you can guarantee that are going to be out there every time you set a spot.
When someone says Izzo, I know you watch Clubhouse. I know you watch Club, and thank you.
Right.
That is so, especially when you're teetering on that 9 or 10, you just make me happy. And then, of course, it just sometimes the floodgates open up too. So,
well, you get people, because this all started by Don and I had a cue. So you were at a park. I don't remember. It was a few weeks ago. He was out there. I was hunting, and I was doing it from home, and I got him, and he's like, "Hey, you're on the board. Come to the look at the podcast and come on." And I'm like, "Okay," and look what happened. And I made a lot of friends all over the country just because of POTA. People say, "Oh, you're in this and you're doing that. Come here." And if you're going to Albuquerque, I've had it where Petroglyph. Now this happened 3 different times. There's one kid, I don't remember his call sign. I went and set up, and he showed up in the car, and he's like, "I live right across the street," and I saw. And he drove over, and I said, "Well, have you done activation?" He goes, "No." He goes, "I haven't even done any radio yet. I just got my license." I said, "Well, sit down." And then we started doing, and then every time I go out there, he'll seize because he works from home. He's like, he drives over.
That's
so
awesome.
It's engaging, and people are engaging with other people doing something that we all like to do.
Mark, I gotta ask you. So tell us about South Korea. You mentioned you've been over there a lot of times.
Yeah, I worked for the South Korean companies.
Okay, when you from your first, how many activations from South Korea have you done?
Well, I haven't done an activation yet because, like, say, when they started the parks, and I did UHF over there, and I took the KX2 once, and I didn't do a POTA activation. But now that I'm retired, I used to go there a couple times a year. Now that I retired, all these guys want me to come there and said, "Listen, you got to do this POTA with us. Come to Korea." So I go this summer, but I did.
All right, so I want you to come back. I want you to come back, whether it's a year from now or whatever, because one of the rules is you come on the show, you're no longer guests, your family, but we would love to have you come back and tell us what it's like to operate POTA from another country, because we get very complacent here in the United States. Is it a whole different mentality of how you call CQ POTA? We would love to hear. Are the parks different? Are the setup rules over there different a little bit? Because you're in a whole different country. That's the last thing you want to do is get locked up. This is not. That's the last thing you want to do is get locked up.
South Korea, for example, the license itself, you're only a U.S. citizen can get a 30-day license or a 3-month license. And you have to pay for it. And then if you get the 3-month, you have to get your radio gear checked, and they go through this whole process. Well, because I work for Hyundai, when I applied, I got a 5-year license. They knew the company. They said, "Oh," even my friends that are hams in Korea are like, "How did you get a 5-year license?" It's what we have. I don't know, the lady like me, but no, you're not allowed to put anything on the ground. You can't put anything in the tree. You have to have a tripod. They're very careful. There's, it's obviously it's a foreign country, and they're high sensitivity. So they worry about everything. So it's very difficult, but the parks are a lot of the same. People are out walking. They're not mountain ranges, but they're mountains. They call them as mountains, but we call them as like ski hills. They're not, there's some that are real high, but mostly in Seoul, they're lower foothills, we would call, like California. So that's where the thing is. And then now the nice thing is I just have to show up. They have all the radios. They said, "Don't do anything. Just bring yourself." We have radios, batteries, everything. because they use different power supplies. They use different connectors. They use those X90 connector, not Anderson. They didn't even know what Anderson power poles are in Korea. So I started sending some of the guys Anderson power pole. They love them, but they're not familiar. So when I go back, I'll call you. Hey, let's
call us back. We would love that and everything. So, all right. So POTA, it costs money to do this, and if you guys haven't done so, go to the main POTA website. There's a donation button. Guys, It could be $5, it could be $50. Give whatever you can. To me, it's like joining a club and you want to support the club, and do whatever you can. Listen, I get times are hard. Gas prices went up. They're coming down a little bit. Food hasn't done. We buy stuff. We buy gear. We do this. Don't ever forget about the POTA people, okay? And the software people who do your apps for your logging software. Throw them a little bit. It does, again, make them happy. Make them happy, and you'll see. So
appreciate it, because now you see I'm the treasurer. We're spending. It costs a lot of money to run it. When Amazon and all the servers that we have, everything's in the cloud. So we're paying everything. We're paying $6,000-$7,000 a month, sometimes even more. But we can't pay for the development, and all these volunteer work is free. So if we could get more, we could do something more and faster. We're gonna keep doing it. But it's not like we're going to run money, but we really do need that finance to run this organization. It's
absolutely.
It's a big organization.
For skip Starbucks once or twice a week for a month, and just throw that money over into the POTA donation.
Yeah, if you guys are paying $25 a year for a club, as an example, maybe take 25. And I'm not saying don't pay the club. You got an extra $25 or something, whatever. We all have that little money burning in our pockets. We all do. You got that coin jar that's sitting somewhere in the house. Go to Coinstar, go to somewhere, dump that money out, your pocket change, and maybe after 6 months or whatever, just give it to the POTA people. Absolutely. Do something nice, and you'll feel good about it.
Yeah.
Because remember, like I said, when you look at all the hours and what it takes to run this program, I would be very, very sad. I personally, because I was the guy about 8 years ago who really wanted, 10 years ago, who was saying, what am I going to do with this HF? I'm not even using it. It was a sin. It was a sin. And then when I started fooling around on YouTube and I find this guy, Mark K8MST, in this hockey sweater and doing this, and I'm like, and I said, I think I can do this. I said, and again, and you go through the motions, you figure something out, you try it here at the house, you go to your first park, you're nervous as all hell. I mean, I had an incredible amount of mic shy. Yeah, Joe, right? Am I right? Yeah. We all had that whole mic shy, So
I didn't have a clue what I was doing, man. I was
Gulf State Park. You probably bought more things there than what you really needed, right?
No. I didn't have a lot. I had an infed, and I had my 7300, and I had some janky battery, and that's it. Like those 3 or 4 things. And I've never done this before. Yeah, I've never done this before. And I didn't have. So I got to this part where we was vacationing, Gulf State Park, down on the coast, and I found me a spot away from it seemed like I drove through this park for an hour trying to find a place where nobody else was, right? Because I didn't know what I was doing. I was nervous. I didn't want nobody looking at me like I'm trying to talk to aliens and stuff, And so I found a spot, and it's as far back as you can drive. And I get set up, and I realize, how am I going to set up this infed? I don't have a push-up pole. I don't have nothing. So guess what I did? There was a little tree next to me. I put it across the branch, and then there was a row of bushes behind the truck.
Yeah.
I laid it across the top of the bushes and 5 feet off the ground. And
no kidding.
Yep. I think I made 7 or 8 contacts before the wife called and was like, "We're hungry. You need to get back. It's time for lunch." And I'm like, okay.
But we're on ham radio time, which is always an hour delay.
I was
especially
quite
when you say
too.
last call. Especially when you say last call.
Yeah, see, I didn't know
Never,
that
it's
trick.
never last call.
Oh, 3, 4, 5 contacts. Yeah.
Yeah, last call will get you for at least the next one.
Now, my first time, I have this rigid box, this just modular box, all tools, soldering iron, hookup wire, and connectors, and power pole. No, actually, I take it back. I did not have my power poles. I added power poles. So it was all ring connectors and this and that, the crimpers, and I'm like bringing all this stuff, and then I said, wait a minute. There's got to be after about and paper logs, the famous clipboard, and I still keep my clipboard that I use if I get a pile up going. I like to write. This is just my technique. I'll write down partials and I'll start banging them out, and then I'll whatever. But underneath that paper is 3 or 4 pages of just blank logs. So in case I lose the phone or whatever, I'm still gonna have my paper, because emergency just knows no holiday with me. But again, all of us were doing paper logs for a long, long time before you were either introduced or like these guys shame me and they say, hey, listen, get off the paper logs. And now I love it. You can do it.
You can do anything. It's
Mark,
one thing I was going to say about failed activation. People say that. We're going to change the terminology because you always learn something. Nothing is a failure. So it's just incomplete, we should say, and get this whole idea of, oh, I only got 9 or I only got 8. Doesn't matter. If you got 1, you did something right. Just learn next time.
Yeah.
Do it different.
I like that.
Spend more than 45 minutes in a canyon. You might get that extra 3 contacts.
Exactly. No, it's improv. You got to improvise.
What do you like when you're out in the field? What do you in a park, Mark? What do you like for? Are you on a phone? Are you on a tablet? Like, what do you do?
I exclusively now are using Sebastian's Polo, and I use my cell phone. I can hold my cell phone in my left hand, and like you say, I have paper if I need to write down, but I have my cell phone in my left, my right hand, my microphone, and I just go. And I just use my finger as my mic, and I can just enter it right in. When it's done, send it to myself, upload it, they're done.
That's what I
do that. And I like my routine is I always will try to get, sometimes I hunt the 10. I'll just go right through the band, hunt 10 stations, the activation's done. Then I may call CQ or I will try some CW, but I first hunt if I can, get the 10, and then I try different things. And I like to try to get FT8, CW, and sideband from every activation if I can. But I'm trying more and more CW. It's a slow process, but it's little by little it's coming.
Have you done anything on 60 meters or 80 meters or 160?
Oh, 80 meters. Yeah, I've done 80 and 160. Up in Michigan, we have a lot of people on 80. We use it a lot. I've done numerous. We got some 6 meter now is coming on, so I've got that. We do 2 meter and 70 centimeter also handhelds, and just the spectrum. I like that. I don't have the N1CC yet. I have 2 parks. I've got 9 parks that have got all the numbers, but 2 parks I have 9. So I got it. But the problem is one is in Colorado and one is in Utah. So I got to get something in Michigan or go to a new park and get 10 bands, 10 contacts. But no, the bands, even that, I don't worry sometimes if the band is good or bad. I get out there and then I just start going and just run through all the different bands or hunt, or sometimes if it's a half an hour or a 20-minute thing, it can change and just jump around. And, I can usually, knock on wood, get enough, the 10 or 12 to get the activation. But, just got to, once I get going, if I get 8 or 9, then it doesn't matter. I'll never leave.
Isn't it amazing? Isn't it amazing as a ham radio operator when you play out in the field, you can really, depending on the time of the day and your band, you could really see, you catch, all of a sudden like for me here on the East Coast, I kind of know there's a window of if I got to travel, I want to get something to eat. There's like a 2 hour window. Just get off. Just walk away. Go do something else. Go like I said, go to another park, cook something to eat, whatever. Have a cigar, and then come back. And other times, again, where we are in this 11-year cycle, you really learn. You learn about the different bands, how they change. What mornings could be better on one band. Afternoon, you switch over to another. Try a different mode. I think we have really learned because of POTA and other field operations like this. We have really had the opportunity to really, without getting into the whole Einstein of it, but just the layman's way of,
And I think if you use digital, I like to do the digital modes as well. So I don't think it's impossible to get your 10. If you got FT8, you can run some FT8 to fill in or do a few, maybe one or two CW. The Canyon issue that Shane talked about, I had that same thing back in January when I was in New Mexico in a canyon. If my life depended on it, I couldn't get a contact. It was terrible. But then again, we just did our thing, set the antenna, talked to people. It just had fun. Didn't get the contact, got one contact, whatever. It's not like you're, and I don't even care if you don't get if you get, it's a incomplete. Who cares? I don't even.
I like that.
Like
I like that word incomplete. I really, really like that, and that's not, I'm going to change. I'm going to take that word fail out of my vocabulary. Maybe in a lot of other circumstances and topics.
Get it out. It's not a good connotation. Incomplete is better than failed.
Right.
So I think field day's coming up. I know we're not going to do the POTA, but people will be out in POTA, and then we'll do our regular standard field day from our city park. But every day, I was on a run where I was trying to do something every single day. I wanted to get a POTA activation, do something, either hunt a park, activate a park every single day. And, something happened along the way.
Life gets in the way.
It's deal with it.
James, the ham radio venture guy, was doing that very good. Him and his buddy, James Linden. I'm sure you know James, up in Canada and everything. So I applaud the people who have those opportunities to do that. Because if nothing else, guess what? I'm going to chase the hell out of you.
Well, yeah, I got James Mon and these guys every single day something. Well, that's good. So it's again, if you're not having fun, you're not doing it right. It's the key.
Figure it out. Yeah. So. Well, guys, what do you think? Should we vote? Should we vote this guy in?
Yeah, I think so. He's hung out with us long enough and put up with our BS. So I'll make the motion.
Oh wow, it's an honor.
Well, you haven't heard what the expectations.
Well, hold on there, Mr. Attorney.
By agreeing to come onto the show, you agreed to our terms and services.
Yes, and we know contracts are sometimes the joke is contracts are meant to be broken, but this is not this one you can't break. And it is not for any type of arbitrary discussion and all this other stuff you see on TV. However, you do have to answer some questions, and they're fun, easy questions. So are you ready, sir?
We'll try, yes.
Let's see if my buddy Joe Brett knows the cue.
Gosh.
Yeah, I'm not used to this. All
right. Are you ready, Joe Brett, or shall I just go?
I just go because I played something, but you may not have heard it.
So. Yeah, it didn't get piped in. All right. Mark, very, very simple questions. Don't overthink it. So.
Okay.
Mark,
that's the trick.
Question number 1. Are you ready, sir?
Yes, sir. I think so.
Chicken, fish, or steak?
Steak.
All right. How do you like your steak?
Medium.
Okay, that's acceptable.
If you had your choice, what would you put like for fixins or any what's your dream meal with a steak?
Well, you know what? I got to tell you, it's Korean barbecue.
Oh,
That's a first.
yes.
Korean
No
barbecue.
one's ever said that. What is
I'm
what
a
is
sucker for
what
Korean barbecue,
is
boy.
No, it's like,
I hate to be
you know,
naive here. What is Korean barbecue?
Korean barbecue is literally a Texas barbecue, but you got like a spicy red spicy sauce, like a pepper sauce, but it's a good spicy barbecue sauce with a nice barbecue. Boy, I could.
Is it going to make me
I learned
cry? Is it
very
going to make me
fast.
cry?
No, it's got
No?
good flavor. It's just got a little
And
heat
you
to it.
drink it with
Oh.
liquor, soju, wine. So you got to drink it with it, like a good barbecue steak.
Got to try it. As
So
It's
okay,
awesome.
so and with that, do you put some vegetables, a baked potato, or
Well, you
yeah,
know, I have to tell you, when I was getting ready, my wife made dinner today, and so she made me. I got a steak, a baked potato, and some corn.
well, there
Love it,
you go.
and really lucky, might get some watermelon for dessert, right?
All right, all right. I hold that thought now.
I
What's your
live in
favorite ice?
Oh, I think vanilla,
Vanilla.
plain
In a cone or in a dish?
cone.
All right. Do you dip it in chocolate or strawberry? Do you put anything on it, or just a good, like 3
Good.
scoops, and we'll call it a day?
Yeah, just a good ice cream cone with a plain vanilla. Unless
All
you're
right,
getting a malt, but now if you get a chocolate malt, that's a little different. But
that's different. Change. All right, in Mexico, in Michigan, do you guys have like dairy bars for like that have fresh ice cream from the farm? Do you have those opportunities there? So there is a difference. So you know, and you get spoiled by that good. I call that the good ice cream. That's the good
the
ice cream.
real,
Yeah.
yep.
That's some. Yeah. All right.
I went to Michigan State and I live close to it right now here. They had a dairy store there that was phenomenal ice cream. People go back to Michigan State just to get that ice cream.
My kids have that too up at their university. Man, that
Yeah,
dairy bar is. Oh my god. All right.
phenomenal ice cream.
You got a favorite snack?
Oh boy. Well, I don't know. My favorite snack probably I'd say barbecue chips.
Oh no. We didn't. I can't argue with a lawyer on that one, can I? Because you'll just argue right back at me.
Yeah,
he knew how to shake you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Gotta go with the rest.
As
right.
one should.
All right. And your final question: what's your favorite band?
My favorite band. Oh my goodness. Well, you know, I had growing up, it was always Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Really excellent.
Finally, another person got it right the first time.
I don't listen to a lot of music anymore.
In my I was a teenager. I've seen Earth, Wind, and Fire twice, and the first time I just could not believe what I was seeing. The sounds and it was just absolutely amazing. It's the only band I think I've seen twice. I mean, I haven't been to a lot of concerts, but yes, Earth, Wind, and Fire is absolutely.
I graduated in 1976 at the height of Earth, Wind, and Fire, and they came to Michigan State. We saw them several places that we went and seen. Like you say, they had like 12 or 13 guys, different music. I mean, it was over the top.
The horns and absolutely.
Then you throw in like a little Carlos Santana, who we used to see a lot too.
There you go. There you go.
Artist there. I had a lot of different music spectrum that we listened to.
Was there any radio? Was there any ham radio or any other like two-way radio when you were in college? Was there any or broadcast radio? Did you participate with your local college station? Did you do anything?
No, and that's the thing. It's kind of I regret that. And in fact, they have a college team right now, or there's a college club that I now get involved with at Michigan State. But no, I regret that, and I do think they probably had that, but I just never did. When I was in high well, we did I liked electronics, and my dad did a lot of electronic stuff. We built the Heathkit stuff, but not a ham radio. And CB, but I didn't. We did some CB, but not a whole lot. But say, well, you live it to the most of it right now with the radio. I love it. I really, I have to say, probably will use my radios almost every day. I will be on the radio somewhere, either at my house, at a park, or in the truck.
What's in the shack right now? Sitting behind you. What do you have behind you?
Sitting behind me, I have a Elecraft K3S with a KPA 500, and then I also have an FDDX10 here, and then in the truck I have the 891, and I have the 710, and I went to the dark side. I have in my camper a Flex. I got the Flex radio.
That's not the dark side.
That's not the dark side.
Using what you got.
That's called moving up in the world. I call that moving up.
Yeah, I love the Flex radio, and we can. It just. So I have a lot of different things, and my wife keeps saying, "How many darn radios do you need?" I'm like, "I don't know. When I figure it out, I'll tell you."
Yeah. When I hit the maximum, I'll let you know.
And we don't sell. We very seldom sell something to get something else. Very seldom do we ever do that. So
no, it's kind of like hunting. See, I like hunting in Michigan, and the same thing. I don't know when I never stop.
Now, did you say you have? Is that an amplifier there at the house?
Yeah, it's a KPA 500. The
so 500
watts. And then I have a hex beam. I put a tower. I also wanted to go. I put a tower with a hex beam outside, but I also have end feds, and I use a vertical here too. So I have 4 different antennas at home that I can try at different times. And I like building my own antennas. I like fooling with different antennas, and that's part of the fun of it too.
All right. So do you get spoiled sometimes when you kick on that amplifier? Do you get,
Yep.
I'm spoiled.
Yep.
The remote station that I used to use, it was 1,500 watts. So I was able to talk to pretty much anybody that I wanted to.
And that's why it's at home. And it's like, if I want to use the amp, then I just come downstairs, and I got the monitors, and you can just go. It's kind of fun to like, what are you, like at a NASA Space Center or something, but it's a fun thing. Yeah. And then, but I use QRP. A lot of people don't like it, but I enjoy that. I run 10 watts and just sit outside and see what I can do.
Right. I mean, I would do QRP too. I would do 10 watts into the amplifier. That way I get 500 in. But, that's QRP.
That works.
I'm transmitting 10 watts. The amplifier just makes up for the rest.
No,
we have a couple of shout outs I need to finish right quick, and we'll jump back in. But Great Man POTA, thanks for 33 months. Julie, thank you for 21 months. I know those have been sitting in there for just a few minutes. And Reed, thanks for 31 months. Evening, folks. I'm late, but you made it. Hey, you know what? You can always rewind the stream and start from the beginning. But thanks for being there, Reed.
And Reed's a big POTA guy himself. He's one of the many, many people I love working on the radio. So
yeah,
from the parks, absolutely.
Well, I'll have to put you guys on my ham alerts too, and it's just a fun hobby. Texas, I think Michigan and Texas are like, a direct portal. We can get Connecticut's a little bit of a challenge, but we can get to Texas.
I've got Izzo on 40 in Texas before.
I don't remember what it was.
Texas for me right now is hit and miss. It is, and I don't know why. It is what it is between a horizontal, a vertical, a sloper. It's hit and miss.
Yeah.
Michigan for me, believe it or not, I love it when we are at the bottom of the cycle, because the last few years on the bottom of the cycle, I have an incredible Michigan pipeline. Because I'm about 140 miles north by northeast of New York City.
Okay.
And it's especially at nighttime. Like as soon as the sun goes down, 40 goes wide. and it's really, really fun. Ohio opens up for me, Michigan, North Dakota. You start to learn that your D marks, what I
Yeah.
call, and it's fun. It is fun. Again, Newfoundland for me, going to the north, Newfoundland, into Canada. But when you hit those provinces on the west coast of Canada on 20 and 40 at night, you really know that band is doing some really weird things. And once again, this is again I'm 62 years old. It's the same when I was 7 and 8 years old when I was introduced to this stuff.
You don't look a day over 70.
Thank you. The excitement of ham radio will still always excite me. It will, even I don't know what it is. It's just it's in my DNA, I guess. So.
Yeah, it is, and the people that like it, it's a wonderful hobby.
Now, you mentioned it before, real quickly. Your father, you guys were building. So, what did you build? Like an AM receiver, or a shortwave receiver? What?
My father was an electrical engineer, and he actually worked for NASA for when I was born. I was born in Tennessee, so he was building. They built rockets, and they sent him all that stuff. So he did TV stuff, and I fiddled around with it. We had tubes, and all that stuff all gone. And unfortunately, if I would have done the ham radio, we would have had everything there. But we built those Heathkits radios and TVs and just you name it. Nothing. Crystal radio. I did play with crystal radio in the Boy Scouts, and we learned some Morse code, but I couldn't do it. But yeah, it just like I say, my one uncle was a ham radio operator, and back in the day, his mobile was the back of this. He had a station wagon, and the back was filled with all this equipment, and he would run CW back in the 60s and 70s.
Car batteries, right?
Yeah, I mean, this guy had all this stuff, and he had a big tower at home, and I always loved watching him and doing that, and I should have just done it then, but yes, I'm going to embrace what the hobby is right now.
Morse code. What kind of keyers do you like? Do you have a special keyer that you like, or?
When I first started doing it, I said I bought a Bengali key, and I said either I'm going to buy this key and use it, I'm going to buy the best key I can get, and if I don't do it, I'll sell it, and I can sell it because it's good. But it's been a good key. But I've used some of these other cheaper ones. I can have a forceful travel with it, and so like this couple 3D printer ones I didn't like, and I got rid of all those. So I have a Bengali Simplex, and I have the Bengali for the KX2, and I have the what's the name of it? It's that little tiny one, Bama key. And the Bama key, that guy died, unfortunately. So I don't think anybody's making the Bama key anymore. But I did see somebody's trying to copy it. But I like that Bama key. It's real little. So I use it with the KX2. And I actually did buy the sidecar thing from QRP Works, but I don't use it because it just it's too much. I want to either learn it and do it from my ear or do it.
I have found a lot of guys. The reason why, because again, I love listening to the comments because there is no such thing as really a bad key. It's just what do you like. Everybody has a different motion, a different strength to it, and it's all just a personal preference, as well as where you're operating. Are you operating home, or you're operating out in the field?
So you're saying that some people are gentle to the touch, and other people try to knock the key off the desk?
Yeah. And my key is just too forward.
Or if you get frustrated, you're like,
yeah.
Yeah. Wait a minute, he's calling SOS. No, he's not.
At the end, it's like, duh.
But one good thing about POTA.
Joke there.
Yeah, I know. The POTA, using Morse code for POTA is really good way to learn, because when you hunt, I know the spotter will tell you who's out there, what park he's at. So you know who it is. You can listen for that call sign. You send your call sign, you send back and forth. It's quick, and you move on. Then you go to another one. So I've do a lot of hunting with CW because it's helped me. And then, sending POTA and all that, you get used to it. It's just the more you do it, the better you get at it. And then
I envy the guys. I envy the CW activators, because if they're running a pileup, and a pileup could be 2 or 3 people calling him to 30 or whatever, to be able to pick out who is calling him and then answer him back. To me, I find that amazing. It's a huge
I'd rather just read it on the screen.
Well,
sorry.
I do that.
That's cheating.
Yeah. You're not going to learn. I said, no, okay, well.
But if you can see it and you can hear it at the same time, you can build that association. That's what I tell myself anyway.
And I think a lot of people have the same problem. You can't instant character recognition, but I can send whatever I want, and I send it really pretty. But if somebody sends it back, I'm like, oh my gosh, my head gets like a deer.
What do you think you're at? You think you're somewhere between 10 and 15 words per minute? Where would you rate yourself?
I couldn't even say. I don't know. I don't know.
But it doesn't make a difference, does it? Because you're making contact, so it really doesn't make a difference.
You do it. And like for field day, a buddy of mine is very good. So him and I sit and do it, and we run the CW. So again, I try and sometimes, okay, let me send it back, or he's there to help me. Oh, this was that, or, so again, it's just throw yourself in and do it. They just said, do it. So I'm trying. All the context again, I guess, of POTA.
Do you like? Go ahead. You have a question for us. Go ahead.
Were you a CW? Did you do CW up or no?
Me?
Not me.
No. Yeah. Are you?
No, I'm all sideband. FT8 has not bitten me yet. It just I don't have the interest yet. Maybe when I get older. I don't know.
You know what?
I'm not going to brag or anything. I got 6 CW contacts in my log.
I mean, 7300 does send good CW.
I never thought
from the screen,
but it's just
you just got to type it out on the screen.
Yeah, type it.
Sorry there, JB.
Mark, besides POTA, do you participate? And you mentioned field day, but do you, winter field day, New England QSO party. Are there any events throughout the year that you like to participate as hunting or activating?
To me, don't get mad at me, but even POTA, to me, the greatest ham radio activity is the 13 colonies. I love it. Yeah. I'm looking forward to next year's, but I will be ready when that happens. And
July 1st, guys.
That activity, and I've gotten to the point now where I've been able to do everyone. I've done them the 3-way play. I did it in FT8 sideband and CW. I did it 3 years in a row now. I got all 3 modes, even in France and Great Britain. So I really pushed myself hard on that. But I do CERT. I'm in a CERT team here in Michigan. And so we do a lot of radio work with the police department and the fire department for parades, and not really emergency rescue and things like that. It's parade work, and we do that. It's
13 colonies to me is because I'm in the Northeast. And some people say, well, you have an advantage. Actually, no, I don't. On 40, yes. 20 meters is hard to try to. So to me, it's a challenge. This year, I am seriously thinking of just doing it with 10 watts or less.
Okay.
I have I have a QMX. I got the 705. I can take my 7300 and turn it down. But either way, I think this year I want to do it all QRP, and it is what it is. Whether I fill out that sheet or not, I don't care. Because I did that one year with Winter Field Day. And again, it just, you look back and you say, you know something, I did it, and I can do it. But maybe
Right.
next time I'll. So that's where I like it. Where again, these radio events allow us to challenge ourselves. I have not done a POTA yet. I have not been a POTA activator on with QRP. So one thing I have not done.
Oh, you should try. It's not as hard as you think. And I've done several with QRP. And the people that can hear you, they'll come and get you. And then
Right.
they'll spot you. You'll do it.
Right.
So it's an interesting last year. People, it was funny. I talked to people that were in Georgia, said, oh, it's too cold. I'm not going to do it. In Michigan, we had about a foot of snow and it was minus 13 degrees. We set up antennas with wind chill well under 20 degrees below zero. And then we went and we did it. And it was kind of crazy. Everybody thought, you guys are nuts. But three of us went and we ran the event and we had a cabin and we did it as a joint POTA and Winter Field Day because we had a state camp. We were in a cabin in a state camp. And it was funny because people down south said, oh, it's too cold. It's no good. I said, hey, I got 13 degrees below zero and a foot of snow out here. Too cold. Like, oh, you're
hold
crazy.
my beer.
Yeah.
Well, that is one of the challenges of Winter Field Day versus ARRLs, where you're in, where different month, different parts of the country are going to have 100 degrees. Maybe the humidity is sitting at 90 to 100.
Mm-hmm.
Again, so every event has its, I don't want to say challenges.
Challenge.
But, maybe it is a challenge. But again, work around it. Just work around it and everything. Right. Lucas, thank you.
The good thing was I didn't get a cooler either, though. We put our beer outside.
Yeah, exactly. You don't even have to get ice. Just let Mother Nature do it.
Open the door real quick and grab a beer.
What do you like for beer? What do you like for beverages?
I drink pretty much Coors Light. I know Coors Light. And I drank a little
inside. I'm sorry, Mark.
Bourbon, but everybody likes
bourbon. You redeemed yourself with bourbon. That's what I started the night with.
Bourbon and beer. And
is there a certain bourbon you like?
Coors Light, though.
Is there a certain bourbon you like? You have your?
I like Angel Envy. It's a nice
the rye, especially.
Yeah, it's a good drink, and then they have this Korean stuff. I drank a lot of Korean liquor too, so I worked for the company 35 years. I made a lot of trips to Korea, so I got used to it. It's like, oh, this is pretty good.
What's the difference over there with their liquor? Is there a distinct difference between the American versus Korean?
They in Korea, there's two problems over there: drinking and smoking. Most of the men smoke, and most of the men drink. And you work all day, and you go out all night, and we always said lawyers can drink. They always would try to make me get drunk. And I'm like, no, you're not going to touch me, buddy. And we'll just drink all night. And then that's it. And then go back to work the next day. It's like, hey, whatever. I can handle it. Yeah, Koreans they're good people. They're very determined. And, they're smart. The radio, like I said, they do a lot of radio work. There's a lot of Korean stations. I've gotten through a lot of them. They use digital through D-Star. Now I've I ran a bunch of the ICOM radios I had in D-Star, but I'm using now C4 FM Fusion. Our club has obtained our repeaters now are Fusion. But I've got a lot of people that I know in Korea that are hams, and we talk back and forth on D-Star.
Yep.
So they really like ham radio a lot. And I'm amazed at a lot of guys when you look at these towers that these guys have over in Europe and in the Asian countries. The towers are like they're spending $50,000. It's unbelievable the money they're putting into this. But they like it.
Yeah, but I don't want to add up. I don't want to add up what I've spent over the last 30 years.
Oh no, you're crazy.
I'm not saying. Listen, I'm not saying I'm at their level of a home station, but when you look at, because sometimes all of a sudden, again, I'm on YouTube, or some guy is introducing this. Next thing within 30 minutes, it's on order. So
Yeah.
I never want to add anything up. When I
No.
take my last breath, I may just add it all up, hide a piece of paper, and say, "Hey guys, listen. After I take my last breath, then you open up the envelope, and you can either
Right.
love me or curse me. I don't care. It is what it is.
Funny, but she said, "Listen, why don't you just write on a piece of paper what you spent on it, put it on there, and then we know. So then later your kids can figure it out later on what it is." Because I'm not one of those guys that, I paid $200 for this $1,200 radio, right? Because then they say, "Oh, good, here my husband died and buy it for $200."
Yep.
Just whatever it is, it is. And if you only want one radio, get one radio. It doesn't matter. You don't need 10 radios, but
we have always said that you do what you could afford, because I remember there was a time when I remember my first 2-meter radio was a Kenwood back in 1989. It was a 2-meter mobile. It was $350, and the amount of overtime I had to work and save and this and that, and then I had to get the antenna for my truck. It took a long time, and it is what it is. Same thing like with the first HF radio that I bought. I was given a few radios to loan. My grandfather took them back from me, this and that, for various reasons. But it was just one of those things when you buy your first one, and I think it adds value to who you are to work for it, and then you hold. Sometimes you hold on to it. But then if it's not what you like, you sell it or you trade it, you barter it. There have been a few times I've given out a radio to a friend or someone and said, "I don't want nothing for it. I'm giving it back," because people have done that to me. They'll give me something, whether it's a cigar or whatever. It's just, I think we build these friendships and these bonds through it, and it's very, very precious. It's a very, very precious thing in this hobby. And maybe the other hobbies are the same, but I know for us as ham radio operators,
we're communicators and we invest in people, and really a lot of it is not just only talking on the radio, but you get together. I've gone to New York. They had a POTA thing in New York. I went there. You go all over the country and you meet people, and it's a little fraternity of people.
Absolutely.
It's a good thing, and it bridges the gaps too. I think a lot of times there's a guy down in Mississippi that I talked to quite frequently, because when I was in the car at work, he had a repeater that he uses, and I talked to this guy today, and he just probably have nothing really in common with him other than the radio, but he was a good guy. Every day I would just talk to the guy, and even to this day now, not every day now because I don't drive every day in the car, but I still talk to him. So 5 years of talking to him, maybe I'll meet him someday. You never know. Maybe I won't, but nice man that we talked to. And I remember what it's an ongoing conversation. People say, "Why don't you use a cell phone?" It's like, well, you had a radio.
Anybody can use a cell phone.
Yeah.
That's a challenge.
Yeah. 9-year-olds.
I want to shake my fist at the sun when the bands suck.
Yeah. And we had this guy. Everybody's all excited about this. I happen to be the president of our local club. And this 11-year-old boy passed the test. His dad took it 3 times and failed. So the boy passed. So he's the father. And like, hey, you better pass this test because your boy's making you look terrible. But he's teasing his dad. But he's a good kid. And he knows how to use the radio. He's learning. It's a Baofeng radio. We give a Baofeng radio to any kids that pass. But this little guy, he's excited about field day. He's going to come out. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. We're going to teach him on antennas. He's 11 years old. And it's just great to have this opportunity. And many hams, I have one ham that's 80, I think he's 84 years old. And he's so excited about working with this 11-year-old in the ham radio world. It bridges the gap. And I'm trying to promote the hobby, just not only POTA, but I keep saying, listen, if we don't get these young kids involved, you're not going to have a club. They're all old. we're all going to be gone in 10, 20 years. You got to get new people. And those are the ones, those young kids.
Absolutely.
So
It's the same problem we're having with ballooning is half the people who are in the sport are way older than I am, and they're getting to the point where they can't fly anymore. So we've got to figure out a way to make it attractive and affordable to someone who's in their 20s, 30s, and them in some case, teens for radios and such.
Right.
I absolutely love working the kids when you and it's of course it's when you don't expect it. You're turning the VFO or whatever, or you're at the park or if you're chasing somebody, and obviously I could just picture the whole scenario. You got the kid in front of the radio and the mic, you got an adult there, coaching them, mentoring them, and I love these kids are absolutely incredible. It could be their first time or their second or third time, but they're not only talking, but they're learning geography, because that's how I learned my geography was through the radio and everything. And maybe I'm just an old guy talking right now, but I just love working the kids, and I always tell them, "Good job, good job." And I wish more hams would tell them at the end of the Q. So just tell them, "Good job." That's all you got to say.
Yep.
And in this way, because the last thing we want to do is turn somebody away. If you don't like the hobby, I get it. If you don't, because this hobby is not for everybody. Playing chess for me is just not for me. Okay. I would love to be a fisherman. I can't fish. I can't do it. I don't do it. But if you told me I'm a horrible fisherman after going out with you, it would really bum me out. It would just be like, okay, and then that really pushes the door. That really shuts the door, doesn't it? So for the kids, regardless whether it's our hobby or any other hobby, just mentor them and just show them. Yes, they may leave a little bit. I remember what it was like in high school. You found more. You learned about rock and roll, girls, and we were all working hard. Radio kind of got pushed aside a little bit, but eventually somehow you kind of come back to it, and and that's important.
Yeah, it is. They're the future. They're going to come up in scientific things and do things, and still the radio. It's electronics. They know a lot of things.
I think between Meshtastic, Meshcore, basic POTA, they're and including the FT8. I think the FT8 has opened up a lot of eyes to a lot of people who might even be mic shy. This is what they want to do, or they may have some type of environmental restrictions. I can only do FT8. Do it then. Just do it. You know what I mean?
Don't get here.
Yeah, just do it. So. Well, guys, we're coming to the 2-hour mark. Let's go around the room here.
Man, time flies.
Yes, when you have
holy cow,
another awesome guest. So, Mark, any last things for everybody?
No, I just appreciate you guys having me and inviting me, and our QSO, I'll have to come in and get involved with you guys.
Come back again. I'm telling you, come back again when you're in South Korea, or even if you're out there, and I know there's a huge time difference, but whatever, come back. Tell us about what it's like to activate over there. I think that would be a fun show. That'd be a fun show.
Users, if you have questions about POTA, look up our emails are on the POTA website. If you have questions, you want to give information or give ideas or suggestions, we want to listen, because we're doing it for the people to do the activity. Nobody makes money from this. The only one making money is the Amazon, companies like that are doing the service, doing that stuff.
Your AWS account.
These things are, it's costly. So that's why we keep saying about the money, but it's not about making it, because we get zero money from it. And we're really doing it. We are interested in what people want. Give what you want, not we're going to decide we'll do this and that and take it or leave it. It's not the way we want to nurture POTA. Because a lot of times people say,
right.
What do you need to do? It's great as it is. It doesn't need to be fixed. So we're trying to streamline the website, make it better, process faster, more interactive, more mapping, more things like that we can make it a better, more sophisticated system.
So, guys, remember, hit that donate button, please. Whether it's $5 or whatever, just send them something when you get a chance. And do it quarterly, do it once a year, do whatever you can. Do whatever you can. Make it happen. So, Joe Brett, what about you? Got anything going on?
Just same old, man. Just
Field day. You doing anything for field day?
I don't guess. I haven't had none of the locals say anything. I don't know if we're doing anything this year or not. So I'm going to say probably not. And
sounds like hey, maybe you have to go with your battery and do a POTA 1.
Yeah. So probably be piddling in the shack and doing stuff.
Jason. Shane, what about you?
No. I'm gonna be busy that weekend flying, so this is from now until November. I have July. I have some time off in July, but June I have 2 more coming up this month.
Where are you going to be?
July. I'll be here locally for the next 2. The next out of state one will be Arkansas, and that's the second weekend in August. That's going to be at Bentonville, Arkansas at the it's called SOAR. It's a balloon event that supports a nonprofit who helps people who have mental challenges, helps them get into the workforce and get jobs and everything. So this one's one of my favorite shows.
Excellent.
And then we start the Route 66. This is 100 years of Route 66. So that'll start in Joplin, Missouri, and then I go through Tulsa and then into Oklahoma, and then it'll end in Albuquerque this year.
Are you going to Albuquerque?
I will be in Albuquerque, yeah. I'll be there for the entire week.
Okay, I might try to get there this time for it.
Yeah, come on out.
I'll think of you finding you because it's
come out to the event and come hang out with us with the balloon. I'll have my balloon out there the early part of the week, and then the Thursday and Friday, the end of the week, I have a special shape. I'll have my raccoon balloon up there. So yeah, come out one morning, come hang out with us. We'd love to have you.
I will try to get out there for that. It's quite the event.
Excellent.
600 balloons all at the same time.
Wow.
Yeah, it's something else.
We have this weekend. We have field day. It's the Howell Balloon Fest. I don't know. It's about 100 balloons. I think are gonna. The weather's always dicey though, but that's coming Saturday.
Nice.
Excellent.
They'll be up there.
Shane, I see one of the most important questions I've seen in the chat tonight pop up. Is Shane still going to Huntsville?
So far, so good. The caveat to that is I have to get moved on the 17th of August so that I can have that weekend off. So if I can get moved that week and get everything settled, then I'll fly out there. I can't stay the entire time. I'm going to fly out probably on Saturday and come back on Sunday. So I can't remember how long I've got the cabin reserved for, but when I'm not there, I'm sure Randy or somebody else will want it, but I'm still trying.
Well, that's good. At least you're trying. He ain't said no yet. So
that's right.
We'll get some of them Texas fellas to gang up and help you get that knocked out.
Mm-hmm. Need to come lift some boxes.
Pick up a box. Pick it up and drop it down.
All right. Well, if that's it, guys, I'll hit the button and get us on out of here. But Mark, thank you so much for being here. It's been a pleasure chatting with you. You're welcome to come back anytime. Anything changes with POTA or in your life and whatever, if you want to just come on and chat about it, you're more than welcome anytime.
Is it all on what is today?
Tuesday night, 7:00 Central. It has
every
there
Tuesday
for the last almost 5 years.
Well, it's a lot of fun. You guys are quite engaging, and it's all.
And we try not to talk about too much ham radio.
Well, we were afraid because you being a lawyer, we were afraid that anything we said was going to be held against us. So that's why.
Yeah, exactly. We didn't play the disclaimer. That's what it was.
I speak the next time as much. I'll come with a bourbon glass.
There you
go.
Yeah,
there you go. We're gonna loosen you up. We're
Absolutely.
gonna loosen you up.
All right.
All right. Well, thanks everyone for joining us tonight. Do we have a guest next week, Izzo?
Yes, we have Frank the Tank coming on.
Again, Frank.
Tank
I love.
Tank is looking to push for 8,000 subscribers. We're going to help him. Who knows? Maybe we can get him at 8001. Who knows?
Cool.
But it's always fun with Frank, and I got some other people lined up. I want to get the POTA people back on. Julie and Vaughn back on here real soon. So we're going to be doing some things, and we'll keep guests coming, as well as having fun throughout the summer. This is what it's about. So Ham Radio Summer 2026, y'all.
Awesome. All right.
Thank you.
73, everybody. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next week.
Bye, guys.
73.
Joe Brett, it hurts to be good.